welcome back to another edition of the Work Shoot Alliance Prediction Edition. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
I'm Randy.
I'm Jim.
And David.
And yesterday you got to see what happened to us here shortly. We haven't done it yet as far as filming, but with the dog food punishment for the Royal Rumble, Doof has a smile on his face already, and probably has a smile on the face as we post this on Tuesday. But it's time again to predict a pay-per-view for the WWE. It is NXT's turn. NXT Takeover Portland, which is this Sunday. I will be in attendance in the 7th row. You won't see me. I'm behind the commentator stuff. Maybe you'll see me.
Maybe
I
we'll
don't
see
know.
you.
It's really Impractical Joker.
I'm going to be the one getting bumped as Charlotte Flair is coming out to the ring to attack Ripley and Belair. Super excited for this card. The match looks, the whole card looks fantastic. Very excited for it. But we are going to make me be very nervous while I'm there and do another predictions with a punishment. Sir, you were the one that won it.
Yep.
So you get to pick the punishment for NXT TakeOver Portland.
Yeah, then we decided, since Portland is known for some voodoo donuts, we are going to get a maple donut. Everyone likes those, good old maple bar. But the other two will get to pick a topping of their choosing. And I already know what one of mine probably will be if I lose. And I'm dreading it already because I enjoy pickles, but pickles on my food can go F off.
That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. A custom donut made by the winners is going to be great. And we will not have a tie for last like we did. We will have a tiebreaker. We will get to that. Let's start it off here with... Let's just do this one out of the way because it's not announced yet. And it might not make the card. But they teased it last week. We're recording this before the final go-home show to see if it makes the show or not. So let's just predict it now in case it makes the card. Roderick Strong and the returning Velveteen Dream. They kind of teased it a little bit with the fact that Dream had Strong's family on his tights, which he couldn't get his other tights off. So they could have just jumped him at that point, but that's whatever. So probably setting this up for the WrestleMania weekend version of NXT. But in case they put it on Sunday, I'm taking Dream.
Yeah, same here. Like, it's the guy comes back, I mean, he's got to win.
Oh yeah, Dream.
Mm-hmm. If he was coming back on Raw, he'd be losing. But he's coming back to NXT, so he's winning.
Absolutely. So it's not going to matter if it makes it on the card or not, since we all picked the same. But just in case, let's go with the women's street fight. That evil Dakota Kai, who had a fantastic showing at War Games. That turn was so well done. I mean, you knew it was coming, and then it happened, and you were shocked.
Yeah,
it was great. Going against Tegan Nox. Again, this is a street fight, and is hopefully going to go crazy. You know that the knee is going to get targeted the whole time. Let's see. I'm actually going to go with Dakota Kai here. I think they're really trying to push her as that dastardly heel. And to get that, you need that big win here. Jim?
I'm going to take Kai as well. I think she's still got that cute, bubbly personality, so I don't think the heel works for her, but I think she's definitely making it work for her at the time.
Who works better as a heel, Bayley or Kai?
Oh, I think Kai does,
okay.
in my opinion.
I think Twitter Bayley is better than TV Bayley.
Sure.
He's funny on it, just hating stuff. But yeah, torn on this one. Like, I think I'm going to be different, though, and go with Tegan Nox. Because I think they see more with her. And I think this could be the opener to get the crowd going and have the revenge.
I love the fact that I'm a fan of Tegan and you're a fan of Dakota and we're flipping.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the story. I have a feeling if it's not the end of it, which I have a feeling it won't be, I see Dakota winning. But at the same time, even if Tegan wins, I think Dakota could find a way to keep it going still.
All right, let's go on to the North American Championship match. Keith Lee versus geez, I was getting ready to say Dijakovic and messed up versus Dijakovic. I'm taking Keith Lee.
Yeah. Why? I mean, it's Keith Lee.
The Limitless One will continue to reign the North American title.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fantastic match, but I think Lee's definitely winning. Let's go to the Tag Team Championship match. As the Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, take on the Undisputed Era and what's going to be a banger.
Oh,
Jim,
yeah.
what do you got?
Ooh, that's legitimately a tough one. I want to say Broserweights, but I think Undisputed is going to keep them. They can't let those guys lose all the belts in one night.
Well,
So-
technically, Strong lost his a couple.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as far as this card goes, you can't have everybody lose their belts.
Yeah, I go Undisputed Era also. I think the Broserweights are a good idea, but I think I could sense that this might be a feud that continues also. Like, they might get a rematch down the road or something, but it's going to be awesome. But I think Undisputed Era finds a way.
I'm going to take your logic and flip it and think that they want this feud to continue to WrestleMania weekend, and you do that by the Broserweights winning the titles here, then having them lose WrestleMania weekend, and then for NXT Brooklyn 97, because that's all they keep doing, you get Riddle versus Dunn. Long-term booking. That's where I'm going. Just to be different. Let's go Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Belair. Bianca Belair, thank you. Dude, who do you got?
Ripley. I mean, it's going to be Ripley. I don't think it's going to be Bianca and Charlotte at WrestleMania. Call me crazy.
Ripley.
Kind of sucks they did that reveal already, because I think it kind of ruins the aura of this match a bit. But unless they do the three-way and it's a draw or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I think it was good to tease it, because then you're wondering, is Charlotte going to show up on Sunday or not? But I mean, this is the issue with the Royal Rumble and then having a pay-per-view before WrestleMania, is because usually the Royal Rumble sets things up, so then your champion's just kind of stuck.
yeah.
So if they have a title match, unless the person that won the Rumble is feuding with the challenger for that title, you almost always know who's going to win the championship matches. I mean, the one time that, we still knew who was going to win, but the challenger was favored was Goldberg and Owens.
Yeah.
But because we knew Goldberg was going to win to take on Lesnar and go on from there. Sometimes it's really easy to see coming, but it still should be a very good match. As well as this one is the big grudge match between Johnny Gargano and Finn Balor. Holy crap, is this going to be so good. This is a no DQ match too, isn't it?
I want to say yes.
Or
I haven't heard that.
they've basically been talking
but
about they're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting that in my head.
It might be New Japan style, where the referee is just an idiot and lets everything go. So.
An AEW referee?
I got nothing to say on that.
Facts are facts.
The question, though, Jim, who wins?
This is probably the one match that I really wish I was there to see. I think Cole and Ciampa is going to be good, but I think this match is going to steal the show. That's so tough, because everything I've been reading says Balor needs it for that heel push, but I think Gargano's lost so many matches at these takeovers that it's hard to say. Christ.
We need a pick.
Yeah, I know.
He's saying everything I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of the main event at the same time.
Yeah. The winner of this match probably determines who wins the main event. And whether you think they're going to have a redo of what the main event last year was supposed to be with Ciampa and Gargano or not. That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I give it to Balor just so they can set that match up for Mania weekend between Gargano and Ciampa. I think that's, in my brain, that's what I want to see happen, because then I see Balor and Cole having a one-on-one match
for the title.
But I look at maybe
So I know where
Balor.
Jim's next pick is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I look at Balor interfering in that match, maybe. So,
what do you think?
I think I'm leaning more towards Gargano because but it's not going to be like a decisive, or it very well could be. It'll just make Balor go on a complete tear. But yeah, I just think Gargano and Ciampa is going to be the way to go. Just a matter of how they get there and if it's for a belt or not. So I'm just going to go with Gargano.
Again, I'm thinking this is a no DQ match. It might just be in my head, but if this ends in a DQ, dear God, I would be so mad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with what Jim said early on in what he was saying, where Balor needs this as far as his heel push. I like the promo that they had where Gargano was saying, "You need this just as much as me," and Balor going, "Haha, whatever." He kind of does. I think for this big change. And to make him look like that big heel badass that's not the mid-card jobber that he was on the main card. He needs a big win here. And I think he does. Honestly, I think this is the match of the night for me. Obviously the main event's going to be fantastic. The tag team match is going to be ridiculous. I think those two are just going to go nuts. And I don't think we see Ciampa and Gargano for the title at WrestleMania, so I'm picking Balor there. So let's go to the main event, and that is Adam Cole defending his NXT Championship against Tommaso Ciampa. Doof, who do you have and why, sir?
I have a good match.
Also, I love the fact that so many of these matches were going, oh God.
Yeah. This is like... At times, NXT seems obvious for the booking, but at the same time, you have no idea. Like I think it was like with like when McIntyre lost to Andrade. Yeah. Like, oh, Andrade's gonna win this, or McIntyre's gonna win this, but all of a sudden Andrade wins. You're like, what in Sam hell's going on? He's champ. This is good all of a sudden, and for some reason I just don't see Ciampa winning, but just because of the whole storyline of he wants Goldie back. But I just have the feeling that he is, so I'm going to pick Adam Cole.
I, too, am going to pick Cole, probably by nefarious means. I think this probably gets a rematch at the WrestleMania weekend with some kind of a stipulation. I don't think they just give the belt right back to Ciampa. Maybe they add Balor into it if he beats Gargano like I'm predicting. But I don't think he loses the belt just yet. I know Cole's had it for a long time, but NXT likes that. They like the longer title reigns for the most part. A couple surprise ones, like you said, with McIntyre and stuff. But I think Cole gets the better of Ciampa this time just to continue the chase.
Leave it to me to pick the one match that's got the extra stipulation that I want to be different on.
Farts.
Pardon my language.
Farts.
Thank you for giving me the sound clip to put over his voice. By the way.
You know, I'm going to follow the masses and say Cole too. I really want to say that Balor comes in and interferes in the match, and he wants to hit Ciampa because it's going to hurt Gargano in some way. But he misses, or he's going to hit Cole because he wants to take the belt, but he hits Ciampa instead, and Cole takes advantage and gets the win.
So I love the fact that we have 6 matches confirmed on the card. 3 of them we have different, almost 4, but he decided to change his mind. But again, that match is really hard to call.
It's especially with them trying to set up the situation down the line.
So I'm looking at it, and for the most part, we have 1 or 2 different from each other. But we don't want a tie for last place. And there's only 6 matches, and we don't have bonus points and stuff. So our tiebreaker is, to the second, how long is the main event? And first off, we need are we going off of ProFight?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll use ProFightDB.com for that number, because if you go on any website, it can vary. So we will use that website as the determining factor if there is a tie.
It's usually up that night or the next morning. So.
Yeah, so it'll be fine. Doof, Give me a time for the main event.
NXT. They like to go a little long, but not too long. I'm going to say 31 minutes, 49 seconds.
Jim, give me a time.
I will go 28 minutes.
That's right where I was going.
And 11 seconds.
I was going 28.
69 minutes.
Even.
Well, I'll stick with 28. Jim and I will just be if it crosses over that thing. I'll say 28-30. Just because I was right in that 28 range, I'll give a little bit of a gap. I won't play Price is Right rules.
I was gonna say, are we going over under this?
No,
Whoever's
it's just
closest.
whoever's closest. There you go. Those are our predictions. Definitely, if you missed Jim and I having to eat dog food, check that out. That was out yesterday. We'll have another edition of the normal Workshoot Alliance tomorrow, and it's the Elimination Chamber matches. That's a good one. And also check back in to see who lost this one and who gets the custom donut, because that's all we can think of as far as punishments is eat something weird. If you have other punishment ideas, please leave a comment below. We suck at coming up with them. Also like and share and subscribe. We appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow for another edition of the Workshoot Alliance.
Later, guys.
Adios.